Hello everyone, welcome to this session. After we have a basic plot in the last session, this session we will talk about improving the plots. Previously, we have drawn several plots in one figure. Now we want to make the figure to have several sub-figures, and each sub-figure contains a plot. So how to do that? The first command, we should use the subplot function and the tiled layout function. We first use a tiled layout function to make the initial layout. We can say tiled layout with a square with parentheses and comma n. So m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. So by the tiled layout, we generate the figure layout, right? And then we can use the command next tile to activate the next subfigure that we want to plot things on. Now let's see one example. Time acceleration as the last session. Now we add two variables. One is velocity. This is acceleration dot multiply time. So question is why we use dot multiply and why not just multiply, and what is the size of the velocity? Because we want to element by element product, right? So that we have to use a dot multiply. So we can see here. And the size is the same as this matrix and this matrix. So it's still that 1 by 21 elements in the matrix. Displacement, another is not something we want to draw. 0.5 multiply acceleration dot multiply time dot power 2. So same question for you. You can understand why we need to use dot multiply and dot power and what is the size of this. So the size of displacement is still the same, 1 by 20 matrix. Okay, after preparing the data, we use the tiled layout function to generate a 1 by 3 figure. So we have 3 figures, 1, 2, 3 in a row. Now we use the next tile to activate the first one, the first figure. We use this one, plot time acceleration with X label, Y label, title, grid. This is a MATLAB script. So when we run this, we can generate this figure. Similarly, we generate the time and velocity figure. So we can see, activate the next tile. This time we plot time and velocity. This is X is time, Y is velocity. We add X label, Y label, the title, and the grid things here. Similarly, activate the next tile. We can see here, we draw the time and displacement. So we can see the third figure is drawn. Right. Okay. So now we know that how to draw the several sub-figures in a total figure. Now we can see the plotting options. As I've said last class, we can customize our plot. So for example, if we want to use dash line to plot, we can see the X, Y with a single quote dash line. We want to make it red. This is here. If we want both red and dash line, red dash line. So how to do that? We can see more in the help file with more examples. An alternative way is to use a plot toolbar. We can see when we go to the plot toolbar, we can see here. When we put the data here, MATLAB will suggest us many kinds of plot. And by just clicking the button, it can be plotted. So you can learn this yourself afterwards. Now there is a case study to make the plot of the Kepler's third law. So you can see, you can preview the case study and more details. We will talk about it in the lesson 2 next week. At last, MATLAB plot also support many types. So for example, log plot, bar plot, pie plot, histograms. And also we can have 3D plots like surface, and even to the animated movies. These are all included in MATLAB. So if you have interest, you can have an overview of these functions. So that's all for this session. And this is the last session of lesson 1, this week's lesson. And we will do some quiz to see if you have understand all the contents. And then there will be assignments. The quiz won't be marked, but the assignments will be. Before doing the assignments, there are some called unmarked experiments. So you can also find the slides there, study by yourself. So I hope that after studying the unmarked exercise, you will be fluent in doing the assignments. Okay, that's all for this week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.